But mostly memes, though, and chaos.
Memes that you won't believe.
Not sponsored by Cheetos.
Hopefully we will be sponsored by the Cheetos. Here to entertain. It's the CodeO-cast.
Oh no. I feel a musical coming along.
This is the CodeO-cast. Filling your day with stories.
But mostly memes, though, and chaos.
Memes that you won't believe.
Not sponsored by Cheetos.
Hopefully we will be sponsored by the Cheetos. Here to entertain. It's the CodeO-cast.
Oh no. I feel a musical coming along.
This is the CodeO-cast. Filling your day with stories.
But mostly memes, though, and chaos.
Memes that you won't believe.
Not sponsored by Cheetos.
Hopefully we will be sponsored by the Cheetos. Here to entertain. It's the CodeO-cast.
Oh no. I feel a musical coming along.
This is the CodeO-cast. Filling your day with stories.
But mostly memes, though, and chaos.
Memes that you won't believe.
Not sponsored by Cheetos.
Hopefully we will be sponsored by the Cheetos. Here to entertain. It's the CodeO-cast.
Oh no. I feel a musical coming along.
This is the CodeO-cast. Filling your day with stories.
But mostly memes, though, and chaos.
Memes that you won't believe.
Not sponsored by Cheetos.
Hopefully we will be sponsored by the Cheetos. Here to entertain. It's the CodeO-cast.
Oh no. I feel a musical coming along.
This is the CodeO-cast. Filling your day with stories.
But mostly memes, though, and chaos.
Memes that you won't believe.
Not sponsored by Cheetos.
Hopefully we will be sponsored
By the Gay Wads. What? Team. It's the Gay Wadcast. Hell yeah, let's go. $400 football helmet. 10 out of 10. Would not subscribe.
I don't remember rebranding.
What?
You called it the CodeO-cast. I don't remember
It's
rebranding.
the CodeO-cast. You don't remember that shit?
No.
That was the gay wadcast right there, man. 10 out of 10. Would I recommend it? I don't know, man. Depends on your idea of coom.
Are you okay?
No.
I can't. You can't be heard right now.
Damn it. That
You need to get
sucks.
close to the
God
thing.
damn it.
You need to
Why?
actually speak into
Fuck you.
No. Okay.
Is that good enough? Hey there, guys. Welcome to my podcast. Today,
Podcast. We're gonna talk about. Dude, we forgot the chat. Give me 1
we
second.
forgot to chat. You
the chat.
motherfucker.
Hey.
No, your headphones fell.
Not the children's show.
We're not a children's show, god damn it.
Did you
Since
ever-
when have we ever been a children's show?
I mean, there's 2 children in it.
Since when have we... Well... I mean...
It's just the way the news goes.
Those children he's referring to are us, not the children we've kept in the basement for the past 10 years.
There is no children in the basement. Please keep us here. Please do not get rid of us. Please,
We-
YouTube, please do not kill
We,
us.
we don't have a basement in our apartment.
Please, Miss Susan Wachowski.
Oh yeah, we'll get canceled for this shit, especially because of Dom. You know what happened?
What do you mean?
So, there's a Kesha song from a long time ago called Cannibal that has a Jeffrey Dahmer lyric.
Okay.
She's now getting canceled because of the Jeffrey Dahmer lyric.
But isn't that an old song?
It's a really old song, but because Jeffrey Dahmer is now popular and shit, and people
Because he's getting a show on Netflix.
'cause
Like
he has a
he's
show
getting
on Netflix and
documentary. Sorry,
everything.
documentary.
There's a Jeffrey Dahmer lyric in the song "Dark Horse" by Katy Perry and GCJ
Yeah.
that they're getting like shit for. Like
Yeah.
literally, the dude just mentioned Jeffrey Dahmer once, and he's getting shit for it. And Kesha is now getting
Yeah.
shit for her Jeffrey Dahmer lyric in a song that's literally called "Cannibal," mind you. So it fits. And no one had a single problem with it until now. And it's like, what, are people just now barely finding out how bad Jeffrey Dahmer was?
I don't know, man.
Like,
People
dude,
are pretty
these
dumb.
fucking songs, man.
People are
Just-
pretty dumb.
We can't have anything.
I mean, have you heard of NyQuil chicken?
The fuck?
So, Cody, let me pitch this to you. So, we've known that you've always had trouble sleeping, right? Like, you are the man who can coin the phrase, I can't sleep. So, let me give you a proposition that may be the best solution for your problem, brought to you by none other website than 4chan.
You can't tell me 4chan. That shit's... No.
All right.
God
so
damn
this-
you green text bastards.
This person... This
fucking
person...
4chan.
This person...
You know what? You know what? Of course it's from fucking 4chan.
Yeah. All right. This person...
Of course.
This person...
Fuck. God damn.
Whether it was ironically or not, took pictures of every step of what it took to boil chicken in NyQuil and then grind it up with other ingredients to create a smoothie.
Okay, first off, you're desecrating chicken with NyQuil.
Yeah.
Second of all, you're turning that shit into a goddamn smoothie.
Yeah, because they also
It's like-
spiked... No,
it's
they
like
spiked it afterwards because they were like, I don't know if y'all want it in your recipe, but I decided to spike it for my taste.
They added... They spiked it. Oh my fucking god. This has to be some white people
They added
shit.
some like whiskey stuff.
This has to be some dumbass white people shit.
And it gets better. It gets better.
No.
Cause
No.
before the FDA released a statement and said, kids, don't do this. Before that, nobody knew about it. If anything, someone did the research. Only 5 times was it searched up on TikTok, on a platform where every video gets thousands of views. Nobody knew about it till the FDA said, hey, don't do this. Now it is a trend. But it didn't used to be. So now kids know about NyQuil chicken, and they're not. I'm hoping they're not stupid enough to do it. But the FDA
Kids
specifically
were
said,
stupid enough to eat fucking Tide Pods in 2016. They're stupid enough to do this bullshit.
yeah. Apparently, the only people who ended up in the hospital because of Tide Pods were senile people who saw that and said, "Hey, my melting brain thinks that's okay." Yum.
Of course, it was fucking 4chan. The only thing worse than Reddit is fucking 4chan.
Apparently, like the FDA said that by just boiling the NyQuil, like not even with the chicken, will cause the fumes and the chemicals within NyQuil to activate even worse and cause you like damage, either like I don't know if it was brain damage or psychological or emotional damage, but it's one of the damages that's not good. Like, it's like harmful gas as soon as you start boiling it, much less if you're going to cook something in it and eat it afterwards. So,
Not only that, you're putting it into
you ready to cook?
You're putting chicken in a smoothie. This is the exact same bullshit that will not work, just like the fucking bacon like smoothies and shit. Any meat flavored smoothie will just not work.
But you're a bacon enthusiast. Wouldn't you think you would love that?
I love bacon, yes.
Yeah.
And bacon artificial flavored smoothie, sure. But
Yeah.
don't grind up bacon into a fucking smoothie. That's just gonna taste nasty. Like bad.
Okay.
Because you can't cook bacon and then grind up fucking bacon in a smoothie. If you're gonna grind up bacon in a smoothie, you're just grinding up raw ass
Yeah.
bacon.
Yeah.
It's not the same shit.
Yeah.
Like if you can artificially flavor a smoothie
Yeah.
with like something that tastes like cooked bacon,
Uh-huh.
then I could see the appeal
Got it.
to it. But if you're gonna put actual bacon in a goddamn smoothie, then you're just no. Stop.
Okay. Okay. And then so there's this plastic kind of version of bacon called bacon bits that they use a lot in Mexican food.
Plastic version of bacon.
Well, that's what people call it. That's what people describe it as, or as you would know it from working where we work, where you used to work, bacon bits.
Yeah, bacon bits.
Are you an advocate of the bacon bits, or are you like most people that go to
Dude.
the eat there and hate bacon bits?
Dude, I used to eat just straight up bacon bits in elementary school.
Really?
Like we would get like a packet of bacon bits to put in some shit that we had.
Yeah.
I just ripped that shit and ate bacon bits straight up.
Oh.
I did that all the way through high school too. Just cause like I'm like, oh cool, it's a thing of bacon bits. Oh, I have no other thing that I can eat right now, and I'm kind of hungry. Sure, fuck it, this will do.
So if I were to order an industrial size of bacon bits for like your birthday,
I would dig into that.
you would
shit.
dig into that?
I probably would dig into that shit.
It's well, actually, I don't have a problem with them. I don't know why people
It's
get
like
so
little
mad about them.
It's just like how kids eat sprinkles straight up too.
Yeah.
It's like that, only this will not rot your teeth. This is bacon bits, not candy.
I remember a time where, for some reason, we could just not get a hold of butter for the potatoes. Like, we could just not find butter anywhere. For some reason, there was a shortage of butter for a while.
Oh
So
my
what they gave
God.
us was margarine. And margarine, it's already in like a liquid form. So it, you know how people complain that they don't put enough like butter in the potatoes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, margarine being a liquid, it blended in with the potato much easier, softening up the potato. Softening up the potato to the liking of the people wanted. And since it was liquid, it was actually able to soothe all the way down instead of having to mix it. So it would be much better, much easier, and it tasted, in my opinion, just as good. And also, it made things faster because instead of cutting up a potato and doing this with a spoon, it's trying to spread butter as much as you can, but trying to be fast about it, these guys, all they had to do was mix a little bit and then move, and then put the rest of the toppings and move on.
You guys should just do that then.
I don't know. I don't know why they didn't stick with that. It made it easier. It made it quicker for the cooks,
It's
and
quicker,
it tasted
easier,
just as
more
good.
efficient, and
It tasted just as good. Like nobody could tell the difference. Like
Nah,
if
dude.
anything, we got less complaints.
Nah, dude, with the potatoes, for me,
Yeah.
especially, like, it sucks when I have to mix that shit because the butter doesn't go all the way through either
No,
way.
it does not. That's
Like,
what I'm saying.
Whenever I'm finishing the potato, it's always the most blandest finish ever. Like, I
Uh-huh.
have to resalt that shit.
Yeah.
Just for something.
Which is, I mean, I don't know. I know a lot of
That's
people
why I
don't
always
like.
that's why I always ask for extra cream and everything,
Uh-huh.
so I can at least not get that dry feeling at the end.
This is why I know a lot of people don't do what I do, but I like to eat the potato skin. So I like to season it with like salt before I eat it. You know, it tastes good.
Not even I would eat the potato skin.
It's good. It tastes good.
Yeah,
And-
it just feels just as weird as eating the peel of an apple.
The apple peel? You don't eat that?
No, I don't.
Like the outside, like the colored part of the apple, you
yeah.
don't eat that?
I bite it, and then in my mouth I grind the like inside of the apple off of the peel, and I just spit the peel out.
I've never heard of anyone doing that.
I've tried eating the peel a long time. Like I would always do this as a kid in elementary school.
Yeah.
I would always like the first time I ever tried an apple, I would try to eat the peel, and I just could not eat it.
Okay.
Like, I would try to chew it, and it just would not break.
Okay.
I'm like, how the fuck do people eat this? Fuck this. I'm just gonna give up and eat the inside because it's the inside that I care about more than the peel.
Huh.
Like even nowadays, I'd probably just that's why nowadays whenever I eat an apple, I just peel it and then.
Would you do the same if I gave you a pear? As a kid, that was my favorite fruit. Pears are really soft and they taste delicious.
Pears are all right, but I just haven't like. I used to eat them actually. I used to eat them a lot, just like grapes. But slowly over time, they just like started not taste like. I wouldn't say not tasting good, but like not doing it for me. I should say.
Okay, so
That's why I haven't bought apples either. It's like you need to eat it with something.
So when you go, let's say you're a kid right now and you're going to your school cafeteria, you're in line and you get to the fruit section.
We were too poor to have a fruit section. They just gave you shit on a tray.
Green, red, or yellow apple. Which one are you grabbing?
Oh, as a kid, I always liked green apples.
Green apples are pretty good.
But yellow apples are pretty good too. The red apples are like classic. Yeah, that's cool and all. But the green ones had that like.
Are you saying red apples are the basic B of the
they're
trio?
they're basic. Like they're good.
Yeah.
But they're out of the three, they're the most
Yeah.
basic ones. Cause the green ones have more like that like good flavoring and shit. They have like they just hit differently. The yellow ones
Hit different.
yeah, it does. The yellow ones taste like a little bit better than the red ones, but they're also more soft, so they're easier to eat. Well,
Okay.
At least for me.
Okay.
They always been like the easier to bite, easier to get into type of thing.
Okay.
And then the reds are just the basic run of the mill apple.
All right. You know what? That was okay. You know what? Fair. Do you remember when you burned your bacon the other day?
I still ate it.
I walked in and you looked the saddest I've ever seen you in my life.
I was going through some shit that day, man.
And then you were staring at your bacon.
I just overcooked my eggs that day too.
Yeah.
I never overcooked my eggs. I've been
Uh-huh.
doing that a lot recently, just because I haven't had a plate ready on the side yet, so
Yeah.
it's just sitting there cooking even more.
Yeah. Well, why don't you just take it off of the heat?
Because the pan is still hot, Omar. It's still gonna cook it. As
Be like Gordon Ramsay and put a touch of creme fraiche to stop the cooking process.
What kind of gay shit is that?
A touch of creme fraiche.
The fuck is creme fraiche?
I don't know, but he uses it like there's like a few videos of him doing his world famous scrambled eggs, and he's got like
World
chives.
famous scrambled eggs are scrambled eggs. God damn it! I don't give a fuck who you are.
It's one of his best
They
dishes.
always taste the same to me.
Well, his have chives.
are
They're
eggs.
buttery. They have salt. They have pepper. They have creme fraiche in them. Apparently,
Here's the thing about me. My
Okay.
palate is just general as fuck. You can give me the best scrambled eggs in the world, and you can give me the worst scrambled eggs in the world. They'll
as
taste
long
the
as that
same-
bacon is extra
No,
crispy
no.
at the IHOP, he's fine.
No, you can give me either or.
Yeah.
With the exact with no seasoning at all. I just put salt on both of them.
Yeah.
I won't even be able to tell the difference of what's the best and what's the worst.
Okay.
Any of the same thing that you give me, it's just the same shit. Mac and cheese, it's the same shit to me. All of it's just the same to me. People are like, oh, this one is more like this, or this has the texture of this. Like, to me,
Yeah.
it is the
What
way
it is. It is.
I do not have a taste palette. You give me food that's the same shit and tell me to tell the difference, I will not be able to tell the difference unless you season it differently.
So if someone brings you shall we say, a Big Mac on one side without the wrapping and a Whopper on the other side, would you be able to tell?
No, I would not.
You're a McDonald's kid.
I was a McDonald's kid, but I always got the chicken nuggets as a kid.
Ah.
Very rarely did I get burgers as a kid, because as a kid, I would just not eat the buns. I would just take the meat out of the buns and then eat it like that.
Because even it was like a few years ago, I forgot why I was at your place, like before you moved out, but we went to McDonald's that was across the street, and you were just sitting there ordering on your phone with the, what's it called?
On the app.
Yeah, but what's it called on the curbside? There you
Curbside.
go. Curbside ordering. You look like a child who could drive, just being like, "I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get my breakfast at 7 a.m. McDonald's. Yes."
Yeah. Plus, if I do that, I get reward points.
I was more of a Burger King kind of person. Showing up to
I
the
was-
playground, BK Kids Club.
I used to be a Burger King kid when they had the Crown Nuggets.
Oh, and then they changed it to the lightning bolt.
No, they changed it to like nowadays it's just general chicken nuggets.
I don't know what
They
the
don't
shape
have
is
any
now.
shapes anymore.
No,
No, because I've gotten Burger King like within the past like year or so, and it's just regular
no.
nuggets.
That was the time that we went right before rehearsal
Yeah.
that I got you Burger King.
Yeah, and you got me nuggets.
Yeah.
and they're just the general like nugget shape that anybody else has. They don't have the shapes anymore.
You know, I'm kind of surprised Burger King's still alive. I don't see a lot of people go there anymore.
Yeah,
Like, just in general.
they've been doing a lot of shit with Cheetos, which I don't recommend. Like
I surprisingly
the mac
have
and
not
cheese
tried
with
them.
Cheetos
I
one,
surprisingly
the hot
have not
Cheeto
tried them.
burger one.
Okay, I would not try that. I don't even like burgers, much less if it's gonna be like covered in like Cheeto dust.
I've tried the mac and cheese Cheetos.
Okay,
They're pretty decent.
they're decent. Okay,
They're pretty decent if you're into that.
dude, my favorite thing
It's
that
like,
they used to have a long time ago.
it's like the mac and cheese balls from the theater that one
Uh-huh.
time. The only thing with those is that the bread overtakes it.
Mm.
So you get you get the mac and cheese inside,
Yeah,
but the bread is so dry.
Dry?
It's so, it ruins it. It tastes like really really like the texture of it doesn't taste like how it should. When you think of a mac and cheese like a mac and cheese nugget thing, you think of mac and cheese inside of like some soft like breading kind of. Not some-
someone said now it's low quality at BK. Yeah, I would have to agree.
yeah.
Because, like, my favorite thing that they used to have a long time ago was not just chicken fries. These were jalapeno chicken fries.
They brought that back for like a little bit, but then they stopped.
I missed it then. I am sad now because that was so good. It was a small amount of chicken in little tiny strips that was spicy and chicken. Give me spicy chicken and I'll be the happiest kid in the world. I don't care if it's from Burger King. I don't care if it's from Chick-fil-A, Golden Chick. As long as this chicken's spicy and has not touched any dumb pickles, I am happy.
Yeah, they did bring that back recently, but
And then I missed it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where they like bring back every so often. It's like McDonald's and the McRib.
Have you ever even had the McRib?
No, I never cared enough.
Doesn't seem appealing.
I never like. Oh, what is in the chat? Nice.
Yeah, he was the one that said now
Yeah.
BK's low quality.
Yeah, I'm like, who the fuck is that? But yeah, I know. I saw the McRib and I'm like, nah, it doesn't really seem that appealing to me. If I'm ever gonna have like, if I eat anything that deals with ribs, I'm gonna
Yeah.
eat them at a fucking barbecue.
BBQ?
Yeah, because that shit's great.
BBQ.
Ribs are great. If you cook them right,
Yeah.
fall off the bone ribs, fucking amazing.
Or the kind of ribs where you could just take the bone out.
Those two, yeah. But no, with my family, they would barbecue them to where like, well, nowadays they're not really that good if I'm being honest because it's my Theo's side of the family that does the barbecues now.
Yeah.
But when my family did it,
Yeah.
I ate like 10 ribs in one sitting
Yeah.
because of how good they were. They were fall off the bone ribs. I could bite it, chew off the meat, and actually like chew it, and then like Breeze burgers,
Uh-huh.
kind of like that texture, but on like ribs where you can easily chew it.
Uh-huh.
And it was great. It was amazing. My family was shocked. They're like, you're eating ribs for one, which you never do, and two, you ate this many. I'm like, yeah, they're freaking good. But nowadays they have that texture of like, I try to chew them and you can't, like the meat is too tough.
They're tough.
Yeah. It's tough meat and it sucks because that tough meat is also really, really dry. Like when you have dry meat, it doesn't matter how good you season it. It's not going to be good.
Can you do me a favor? Go to that fridge and get me a Mountain Dew. Small Mountain Dew. Here at CodeO-cast, we like to stay hydrated, and we can recommend that you stay hydrated as well.
Drink your shit.
Drink your Mountain Dew, the original gamer juice.
Before G Fuel became a thing.
Honestly, I never drank Mountain Dew like when I was younger, not until I came to college.
Oh no, I was a fucking addict. That's what ruined my teeth too when I used to not brush my teeth.
And
you know what? One
because
thing
we're small boys, we drink small cans.
But you know what I've never tried though? G Fuel.
I don't intend to. It doesn't seem appealing, honestly.
To me, it's like.
And then the fact that they made it into like a pre-workout powder.
Oh yeah, I forgot they did that. But no, like one of my friends on who I only see on Facebook now. I don't really even talk to him much.
Yeah.
He really loves fucking G Fuel. He always posts about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't. Well, I kind of want to try it, but at the same time, I don't, because I don't think it'll taste good. I think it might be just super overrated. Anything this hype might be overrated.
A few years ago, I used to drink Kickstarts. Those are really good, flavorful, but I do admit if I drank one really late, I'm very susceptible to like sugars and stuff like that, so I get hyper really easily with like sugars.
Yeah.
There was one night I just did not sleep because I had like 2 or 3 of them. Yeah, if you're not careful with energy drinks, they can really mess you up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Which is why like it's the same thing with like alcohol.
Not
For
only
me, it's
that-
like I'm sure if there's one out there that I would love. Like I remember having a margarita, I think from like Texas Roadhouse. It tastes great, but I'm like, I think that was the last time I ever drank. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, I know. With energy drinks, the main thing is if you go overboard, it could fuck up your heart.
Yeah.
But it could be really, really dangerous if you go overboard with it. But also, if you're not careful with like your hygiene and stuff, it could fuck up your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing too. It will kill your teeth faster than eating candy if you're not careful.
Because it's pure gamer acid.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cody, did you ever know that this little thingy was for the straw?
I found that out like freshman year of high school.
I didn't know that till I was an adult.
That's sad.
Do you ever have things where you're like, you hit yourself in the face because you didn't realize things until you were an adult?
There's been times when I've realized that, but I can't even remember those anymore.
We got someone that says, I sleep like a baby after a rock star. Must be nice. Must be nice. Cody's been a witness to this. I cannot handle. Well, I can eat a lot of sugar, but once I have too much, I'm like bouncing off the walls because I already talk a lot. Imagine me hyper on sugar.
You don't want to deal with that.
I was about to take a sip with the thing in reverse. How do we say? I did it the wrong way. Anyways,
We're professionals here on the CodeO-cast. We're professionals.
dude, your hair's long enough. You look like your middle school self again.
Yeah. That's what happens when you're broke and can't afford a haircut.
How much are your haircuts?
$25.
Oh, same.
That's counting the tip too, because I tip $5.
Wow.
Yeah. It's $5 to book the appointment, $15 for the haircut, and then $5 as a tip.
You have to pay to book the appointment?
Yeah.
That kind of sucks.
Having it reserved, you have to pay for it.
Not
If
for
you-
me,
if
because I reserve on an app that my barber's on, and like that's where you set up the appointment.
Oh no, we don't have an app for it. You just call them directly, or like you message them directly and say, "Hey, what date are you available?" Okay, cool. Let's set the appointment. Great.
Yeah, this specific app that he is on, it's literally just barbers. Like it's clear that this app is for other services, like booking different. Like let's say a doctor would totally have their services on there. It's literally only barbers. Like when you go to the search bar, all that gets suggested to you is just barbers. It's funny how this app is supposed to be for any other service possible where it's appointment based, but
Yeah.
it's literally barbers, the entire thing.
Yeah. You also gotta remember that this is the place that a guy was gonna charge me $180 for him to dye my hair.
Oh, it was the same place?
Is that? Yeah, that's where I get my haircut from.
Same place but different stylist?
Yeah, a different person.
Oh,
And
okay.
he's like, that's because I'm giving you like a kind of discount too. I'm like, sorry, what? $185 is a fucking discount?
Well, you did it. You ended up doing it yourself anyways, didn't you?
No, I'm talking about like the dye my hair white.
Yeah, I remember, but
bleaching?
you bleached it first. You're on your own, didn't you?
No, I went to another place that charges like really, really cheap.
Uh-huh.
I think 25 bucks. I can't remember how much it was, but it's really, really cheap. It's where my mom and my tia go when they dye their hair.
Yeah.
And there it was really, really cheap. They bleached it. And that's where they bleached it. But then the dyeing hair part didn't happen because they like bleached it to where it was almost borderline white, but then it just turned yellow or like blonde. This was during the blonde era.
Yeah, well, you went through like 9 different hair colors in the
Yeah.
span of like 2 months.
Yeah, now the second time I bleached my hair was with the red going to blue.
Yeah.
That was the second time I bleached it, and that's when I over bleached it.
And then you
Where it
went
was, like,
pink for
super
a
dead.
while.
Yeah, in between there, the transition was where I went pink.
What transition?
From red to blue.
Oh, yeah. I thought you
Cause
meant like transition of the show. I was like, we have a transition? When did we
No.
have a transition?
No, when I transitioned from red to blue, I ran out of like bleach for it, my hair.
Yeah.
So I was pink for a short period of time. And then
It only lasted like a week, like when you were a pink head.
yeah. But still, my hair was just bleached to oblivion after that.
Did it hurt?
What, the first time I bleached my hair when I was blonde? Yes, it did. Because they went all the way to the roots. You're not supposed to go to the roots.
So like, what's the process of bleaching? Like, I always see people before and after, but I don't know like what the process is.
You put some bleach and shit in your hair. They put like a weird like plastic, kind of like a shopping bag thing on your head. They put some weird shit on your head that keeps the bleach contained to there so it doesn't leak down. Because if it leaks down, it's gonna hurt. This is why you should never take a bath in bleach because it's gonna fucking kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it doesn't hurt really really bad, or from that, then it's gonna be even worse.
Yeah.
So that's why they put a thing there so it doesn't drop down, and that bag also keeps it contained in your hair. But if you dye it to your like all the way down to the roots to your skin of your head, you're just gonna irritate your head, which is what happened to me. If you saw my scalp after that same day, it was red. It was bad. It looked terrible. They felt bad for me.
Oh.
But it's because I told them that I wanted to bleach all the way down to the roots because I didn't want any black in my hair.
Huh.
It was my fault that my head was irritated. But after that, it was just like a little bit of scratching here and there, and that was it. And then after that, it just calmed down. Once I hit like blonde instead of platinum blonde, like once the like whatever white was there got out,
Yeah.
it stopped like irritating. The irritation only lasted for like about a week. And then it was fun.
Thus is the pain of being fabulous, huh?
That's the pain of dyeing your fucking hair because you're going through a mental breakdown.
Was that what was going on?
Hell yeah!
Thought it was just identity crisis.
Because I couldn't afford tattoos.
You still can't.
I still can't. I have $38 in my account. And rent is due this Saturday.
Oh, that's not a good problem. Oh wait.
Is any problem a good problem, Omar?
Well,
Is any problem a good problem?
I feel like there can be good problems.
Really? If it's good, then why is it a problem then?
I don't. Well, I've heard the phrase being used before. It was like it's a good problem, but I can't come up with like a situation where it can be a good problem. Or it's like, let's say you have an appointment you don't want to go to. Something happens, like a problem happens, where they have to reschedule to another day. That might be a good problem.
What I was thinking is like, let's say for example, you're so like when it comes to like a job, for example, you're so OCD that you can't just sit around doing nothing. You have to like organize every single thing that you see there. That's a pretty good problem for you to have because that means that you just want to keep working, which makes you a good employee.
Or on the flip side, it could mean that you never feel like your work's ever done, or you never feel satisfied with your job. Is that life for you?
Well, not right now. Right now, it's just all work. Once I'm at work, like, it's a bunch of manual labor, and it fucking kills you.
How long are you gonna last with the hair on your face?
I don't know, man. Every time I put it to the side, it parts here, and it makes it like I have like a fucking 5 head.
What if?
Like right now,
Yeah.
it's kind of parting a little bit from right
Yeah.
here. But if it parts, sometimes the part always goes like a little bit up, and it looks fucking terrible.
Your mushroom head right now.
Yeah. I need to cut my hair. I just haven't gotten paid. Probably with not this paycheck, but the next paycheck, I'm probably gonna get a haircut with that.
So what do you explain to the audience? Like we've been out for a month.
We had work. We have school. Well, he has school.
We were dying for like a week.
Yeah, we had COVID.
That was fun. No, it wasn't. I hated every second of it.
Yeah, I know. You were like the last one of us to suffer from, like, to start with the symptoms.
But I was the first one to get better.
Like, out of all of us, like, I especially was bad at
Yeah.
the beginning. And then Bree started showing symptoms, and then Bianca did. But you were, like, the most healthy out of all of us, and then all of a sudden it just fucking hit you like a brick. And I'm like, oh, shit, he was perfectly fine yesterday. What the fuck happened? You were, like, bedridden and shit. And I'm
For
like,
a while.
I was like, the fuck happened to him overnight? God damn. Turns out we all got COVID. And then I was the last one. I was the first one to get sick. And I was the last one to recover.
Yep.
Fucking sucked.
Yep. You lasted almost a week
And
and a half.
I lost my job because of it.
Yeah.
That should not have been an excuse for me to lose my job, man.
Yeah.
I got screwed there.
It was bad. It was real bad. It was a long week. Like, it was a week and a half, but it was a long week and a half.
It fucking sucked, dude.
It did suck. And it was funny because I literally went to only 2 days of school before I got sick. 2 days, and it was the first week of school. I only went like the first day or two, and then I was dying the next few.
Yeah.
No, but
Sucked.
it did. But tell the nice people the good news. Where are you at now?
I'm at a plastic recycling plant where I'm basically training for football, pretty much with what I do.
Well, what in an average day of Cody's life at work, what would you be doing?
I take apart giant pieces of plastic and shit, throw them in a giant machine that goes brrr, and then try not to get hit with shrapnel that flies out. We don't wear any protective gear at all. We don't even wear a mask for the dirt. You get dirt all over you. You come home looking like you're from the fucking coal mines. Some dirt gets into your lungs some dust gets into your lungs, and it's fucking terrible. Because, yeah, we don't wear masks there. If a shrapnel hits you in the head, well, so be it. Toughen it up, because we don't wear helmets there either.
And it's not like they're not allowing you to do so.
They don't have them there.
Well, you could just easily bring a hat. Like a hard hat.
I'm not going to go and buy a fucking hard hat for a job that's only going to last me like maybe a year.
What about at least a dust mask? Like, you don't gotta get an industrial freaking toxin mask.
It's not worth it.
Or at least go.
This job is not worth investing anything.
Or at least get the dollar route and get a bandana over your mouth.
It's literally. I have something that I can put over my mouth at my mom's place.
Okay.
But this job is just not worth investing any money into.
Doesn't mean it's worth dying over.
I'm perfectly fine right now. I just got fucking laid off for 2 days. If they do this to me a third time, I'm calling Fred and telling him to give me another job.
So, like, you show up, and they say, like, hey, man, we got too many peeps. Go home.
Yeah.
That's
Because
gay.
I'm the smallest. So, and this is a job for, like, big dudes. Because it's heavy shit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's fucking heavy. Anyone of my size should not be doing this job.
Yeah.
I'm just lucky I'm a little bit more, like, strength-wise for somebody of my size.
Yeah.
Normally, somebody of my size would be a fucking, like, noodle that can't lift shit. But for me, I at least have some kind of strength to me. So that's the only reason why I've been able to survive this job. Like, I take apart stuff, but I also, like, heavy lift things, too. They have, like, stacks of the pallets, because each pallet is, like, fucking huge as shit. It's, like, the size of, like, right here. It's from the ground up to right here. And it's fucking huge. It's, like, I would say about maybe this big, almost as big as the bed.
Okay.
Up to here, of nothing but really hard plastic that weighs so much. So just picking that shit up is like you need to lift with your legs. But they have stacks that reach up to my height.
Yeah.
And I have to pull that shit down and try not to throw it on the ground so it doesn't break. Because if it breaks into a bunch of pieces, it's harder to put into the giant machine. Because you need to put all those pieces in another thing, and then the forklift picks them up and puts them in.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It sucks. It's really, really hard work. But on the bright side, I'm training my legs.
We got someone that says, wait, they sent you home again?
Yeah, they did today. They do it a third time. I'm asking for another job. Because it's an agency that does job searches that got me this job in the first place. So, like, you tell them, like, what you're looking for, the type of job you want, type of pay you want, and then they search something up that fits you, and they tell you where it is, and then you just go do it. But you get paid through this job agency thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if this job doesn't work out, I could just go back to the guy. He'll give me a different job, and then boom.
But why can't they just let people know it's like, hey, we're capped out on people already. You don't have to show up. Or is it like a first come first serve basis?
Because the guy who runs it doesn't have a cell phone.
Why?
I don't know. He just doesn't have a cell phone.
Does the office not have a phone?
If you call the office, you get sent to an automated like voice thing where it tells you like, hey, give us your please state the name of your company after pressing this number. Or if you're using a rotary phone, Please stay on the line.
A rotary phone?
Yeah. That's how long this place has been open.
Yeah, dang.
Yeah. But yeah, I work alongside people who have literally nothing else to turn to in their lives. There's a guy working there with a fucking ankle monitor on. Dude's under fucking house arrest and shit. There's another guy who used to be a fucking drug dealer. There's people who just have a bunch of criminal records working there. It's a place that you go for a job when you have literally nothing else that you can do in life.
But hey, you could find a what's the term where you find like company company in misery, something like that. What's the saying? Somebody help me. Like company in misery or solidarity? I don't know, something like that, where it's like you find companionship amongst people who got nothing else. So it all worked out in the end. Well, that's if you stay there.
Well, I still have something going for me. It starts in January.
Yeah.
But these guys have nothing left to do. Plus, I'm the youngest dude there. They all say that I'm a little kid to them because they're all like really old guys.
These guys look what, easily 50 and up?
I'm talking like 40 and up.
Oh, okay.
Well, not really, really old, but like 40 and up.
But like they look like they lived
They look like they could
lives
be
already.
my parents.
Mm.
That's how they look like they could be my parents.
Somebody said WTF.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's your other option if like this place doesn't work out?
I had two options.
Yeah.
One was this place. The other was another place called Azteca, which is in Edinburgh, which is closer over here. But it's a full-time thing, which would mean I can't switch to another shift once school starts if I have school in the morning.
Yeah.
And if the company does hire me, yes, my pay will go up to $15 an hour.
Yeah.
But part of the department I might be working in requires me to be 30 feet up in the air.
Yeah. So what's the issue?
Being 30 feet up in the fucking air and having to deal with that shit in school at the same time. Because I don't know how it's going to be this semester. I don't know if it's going to be all online or if it's going to be like online but scheduled classes at a certain
Like
time.
Zooms.
Yeah.
Tuning into that Zoom with those teachers who still do not understand technology and how to run it sometimes.
Exactly. This is my first semester at this school. I don't know how it's going to be.
I still don't understand. I'm having, like, most of the teachers that I have for Zoom classes now, they're good. Like they understand technology and they know how to execute it, like basic stuff like keeping your mic on, when to turn it off, when to turn the camera back on and off, learning how to press the share button, learning how to press share with sound right before you start sharing, so you don't have to stream, cut it off, and stream again. But I have one class.
Oh no.
Where
there's always one.
Where I've had a class where it's someone that has one thing showing for the video, and then they have the other device for the microphone. So it's like it's weird because they're at a latency, because you hear the audio of one device cutting through, but that device is not showing video, and they changed their profile picture to Hal from the Space Odyssey movie. That red dot robot, whatever.
Yeah.
That AI. So it's just that thing staring at you during the Zoom class, and you have to like search for the professor to see if, because he's showing his face. But if you have Zoom to default, it'll show you whoever's talking.
Yeah.
So it's just a red dot staring at you the whole time, and the professor is just included with the rest of the class. So it's just funny because I was like, why would you do this? There's no point in it. Just literally camera, even if the camera mic is not that great, have it be the same device, or literally a microphone.
You guys are college professors. You can afford a microphone. If we can afford it, you can afford it.
Exactly. All right. Homie spent the first hour and a half telling dad jokes instead of teaching. Yeah. Yeah, he did. Friggin' did.
Sounds like something you would do.
Look, man,
That sounds like something you would do as a teacher.
I don't have that luxury because most schools are on blocks.
Dad joke?
No, most schools are in blocks.
You can tell dad jokes.
No, most schools are in blocks of like 45 minutes to an hour. I don't got time to tell dad jokes for an hour and a half when I'm teaching music. You know?
You could do it while you're teaching music.
They're playing, they're performing. It's like just tell a dad joke.
Yeah. Or like in the middle of the thing when you're taking a little bit of, or when they're not playing and you're talking to them, you just also pull up a dad joke out of nowhere.
I mean, maybe. Because this is the thing. Dads don't know that they're dad jokes.
I mean, you already dress up like
Dads don't know that their jokes are dad jokes.
You already dress up like a dad, though.
I am wearing a VTuber shirt. What dad would wear this?
You'd be surprised.
I am wearing basic skinny jeans. What dad would wear this?
You're not going to answer that? Skinny jean dads? Oh, dude, those are the worst.
I am wearing Walmart shoes. What kind? Oh, okay, never mind. I'll stop that.
The only thing you're not wearing from a dad is the VTuber shirt. I'll give you that.
Okay.
I'll give you that right now. You're wearing a VTuber shirt. That's still our generation.
You can't tell me there's a dad out there who's trying to hold on to his youth years by dressing just the way you are. Freaking like skinny tight jeans, the leather jacket, all black, trying to relive their youth days
It's
with the hair with the bowl cut.
It's more the former rock star drunk uncle, or the failed rock star drunk uncle.
But you're not a failed rock star.
I'm a failure.
Bum bum bum.
You're not a failed rock star. Well, I mean, I still am a failure. Technically speaking, I am a failure.
Pops open a Bud Light.
Pops open my transcript from the last few semesters.
Oh no, no! Don't show that.
See, technically, I am a failure. Or else I would have graduated before you're at. I probably would have graduated either last past semester or this semester.
I remember you telling me, like, when we were taking the same classes together, that you were going to totally graduate before me. But, like, we were in the same classes together, so I was just like, what? Which, I don't know.
I was on the track to do it, but then...
Stuff happens. Yeah. Stuff
It always fucking happens to me, though.
It does.
I'm, like, getting up back on my feet.
Yeah.
Everything is fine, and then something fucking happens.
I see the comment, but it's not popping up over here. You see that too, right? Or is it just
Yeah.
like a repeated comment?
No, I see it too, but it's not popping up in the thing.
Huh. Oh, that's why it didn't show up, because YouTube filters these. As soon as YouTube saw the curse word and said, no, you're not showing that. That makes a lot more sense. Someone said, no, not. Cody, you're not a failure.
Hell yeah.
They did not say failure, but, I mean,
Hell yeah,
I could
I am
interpret.
10 out of 10.
would recommend?
Would I recommend failing? God, no. That'll set you back so far behind. I should have graduated by now. I should have been making good amount of money by now. I should have done a lot of things by now.
Have you never considered?
I should have had a savings account by now.
Well, remember when you were taking school and being a part-time teacher and having another job at the same time?
I'm turning 24 next year. I should be on my own by now.
Well, what? Okay. Wouldn't you go back to the guitar teaching gig that you had? Now that you have literally all the time in the world.
Because that still doesn't guarantee me students.
That's a good point. It's a good point.
I had the perfect times for students. They just never gave me students.
They said my bad.
I could have.
okay.
I could have legit worked this past summer as a guitar teacher too.
Yeah.
They never gave me any students. They messaged me saying, "Hey, we'll let you know if we find any classes for you." They never did. They never did.
Well, you also, and that's the thing that sucks. Like in that, you were teaching bass and guitar, and they still couldn't find any students.
For me, no.
They also other people hogged them.
Because other people got those students.
Oh, okay.
Not me. Other people did.
Mm.
Like that one chick that stole my students from the spring semester.
Mm.
Yeah. That's why I don't go back to that job. I'm still in that group chat, surprisingly. I should probably get out of it. But, yeah, no.
But hey, you're rejoining another group chat, going back with your semi-pro football team.
Not confirmed yet, but it's looking pretty good.
Nice.
It's looking, it's looking decent. It's looking decent. It's still up in the air. It's iffy. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's 50-50. But it's a decent chance. It's like 60% no, 40% yes.
You ready to get injured all over again?
Nah, I was actually like telling my coach that I was thinking about getting two of our best defensive guys to teach me how to tackle.
Yeah.
Because there is.
Someone said be a substitute teacher, easy dub.
God, no, I'm not dealing with fucking brats in school.
Well, you were gonna be a teacher anyways.
I was going to be a teacher, but not for like.
Yeah, but when you're a sub, you're not there to teach. You're there to make sure they don't kill each other.
It's just babysitting.
Yeah, but at least you're getting paid for it.
God, no.
You wouldn't want to do that?
God, no.
The man said easy dub. I thought life is about taking the easy dubs.
I'm getting training and getting paid $400 a week.
Listen, man, I just work
It's
here.
like
You don't gotta get upset, man. I just work here.
It's like I'm getting paid
Yeah.
to go to a gym.
Yeah.
That's basically my job right now.
Well, not if you're. Well, I mean, one would say not if you're doing the exercise wrong, but you know, you're pretty athletic. I'm pretty sure you're not doing it wrong. Not unlike your cousin.
He's just gifted with athletics.
Well, no, apparently
I
not,
have to
because he
work
threw
for it.
something out middle of a game.
Oh yeah. No, that was because somebody like hit him.
Someone hit him.
Yeah, someone hit him.
No, but didn't you say he got injured because like he was not taking care of
He-
himself during training?
During practice, no, when they were lifting, he overworked himself. That's
Okay.
the thing.
Ah,
It's not that he did it like he probably did do it wrong too, because whenever you're squatting, your back should not be hurting. Only your legs should be hurting. If your back is hurting, that's how you know you're doing something wrong. But he overdid the weight as well.
subs pick their own hours. Ones with ed degrees get paid more too.
I'm not going back to get an ed degree. I'm not getting an education.
What
degree.
about an elementary education degree?
God no. I looked into that shit. God
Yeah?
no.
Would you be starting all over?
It'll take me more time to finish that than it would for me to keep going with my current degree or
Yeah.
switching over to the school.
Yeah.
It would take me a little bit longer to get an elementary education degree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's but yeah, no. If your back is hurting after doing squats, you're doing something wrong. Because only your legs should be hurting. So, the kid did something wrong with squatting, and he also overdid it on squats as well, which is why his back was probably hurting. But also, somebody hit him and made his back worse during the game. And that didn't happen just once. That happened twice.
Yeah.
I didn't see the first time. I didn't see how he got injured.
Yeah.
But the second time when he went back in, just for special teams so he could test out his back, somebody illegally blocked him in the back, and the refs did not call it.
Hmm.
Because when you're blocking, you're supposed to block head on, or at least from the side, where they can see you. Because if you block from the side and they can't see you, it's called blindside.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a penalty. But also, if you block from the back and you push them down from their back, and they're not expecting you, that's illegal block in the back. That's also a penalty. The refs didn't catch shit. So this kid got his back ruined even more, and they didn't even call it. So I was like, no, I saw that hit. He's out already. Dude's just done.
Dang.
Yeah. Drove all the way to Brownsville for that shit.
Do you remember watching the game between my high school and some other high school here at while they were
That
live
was
streaming it?
sad.
You remember when the
That was sad. It was just fumbles left and
because the
right.
quarterback from one high school got injured, so they had to sub in someone else, and the
They
guy
put the fucking running back as your like sub
yeah
quarterback.
the running back from the quarterback from my high school got injured, thus having to promote the running back, and then having to promote the second string running back to be the running back. But the thing is, the guy handing off was overshooting because he was used to the old guy being as tall as he is. But now that he was out, he had to undershoot so he could reach the shorter guy. And it was funny just seeing them running after like the thrown ball all over the place.
No, with both teams, that shit just was.
It was funny.
I don't know how your team scored 21 points.
Well, they had scored them before we even tuned in. So, and we're probably their bad luck charm, considering since after we tuned in, it was the worst thing I've ever seen in my
That was
life.
sad.
It was sad.
It was endless fumbles and shit. Left
and it was
and right.
funny. It was funny.
Left and right. It was either like loss of yards or fumbles left and right. Switching
Like,
possessions.
I am satisfied that my school at least won, not by much, but it was just funny to see it happen. Like,
That
the
was-
second half.
Not by much. It was 21-0.
I know.
That's much. 3
Okay.
touchdowns is a lot. Especially when it's like 21-0.
Yeah.
At least your team scored and the other team didn't. I mean, it's no 63 to fucking 7, but
That was a massacre.
it's Vela, dude. Vela massacres everybody. Nobody can beat Vela except for teams upstate.
But that's the thing. From someone from my high school, I did not expect much.
Eagle
So,
Pass can beat them.
So when they were finally doing good after I graduated, I was like, oh, okay, they're live streaming the game. It'll be nice to just watch and see how they're doing now. Oh, they're up 3 points. Nice. This is cool.
Hell
and
yeah.
then,
Oh,
no, the quarterback's injured. Oh no, fumble. 5 minutes later, oh no, they dropped it again. No.
Both teams were ass.
They were giving me a scare each time because each time the opposite team got the
Imagine-
ball, it seemed like they were gonna go further, but they just screwed themselves over because both teams were getting frustrated at each other.
Imagine the two worst teams in the NFL using their second strings against each other in a game. That's how this felt. It's like two of the worst teams using their fucking worst players in a game. That's literally how this felt when it came to watching it. It was just terrible. It was sad. I hated watching it. It sucked so bad.
And would you play in that team? Would you be proud to be playing in that team?
If I was playing in that team with the skill level that I had back in high school, I would have been a fucking starter. That's how terrible your team was. A bench warmer would have been a fucking starter.
And you know what? That's okay. I'm okay with that.
That's how terrible both of those teams were.
They brought me so much more entertainment seeing them run around like with chickens with their heads cut off than actually having a proper game. They were going. It was so
that
fun.
game was cringe.
It was cringe, and I loved it.
That was sad.
I'm glad I tuned in. Like there was no massacre on either side, or but it was. You know what? For what it was a GG good game. Enjoyed it for completely what it was. And you may not be proud of what happened, but I enjoyed every bit of it.
It's like watching the 2020 REFL Rebels versus the Silverbacks.
What happened?
Just two ass teams just going at it against each other.
I find it the most interesting when two bad teams start picking fights with each other. Because there's no good standing on either side. So they're just arguing over the dumb things that both are doing.
No, watching two terrible teams go at it is just the funniest shit ever because you see people drop passes left and right. You see people just soft tackling. You don't see big hits and shit like you do with the big teams. No, you just like, and then the other person, or, fumble. No.
How? No. You remember? I don't know if I still have the video of it, but I remember like recording a time where like you were actually in play with your old team, not with the team that you were starting with, but like your old team, and you get tackled and you flop down like a rag doll. You go like, like it happens, and you don't even like bounce back. You just go.
Yeah.
And it's like you went straight forward, and the guy was already on his way down, but even then.
Oh, yeah.
I think, what was it at one point? I think it was like one of your first games that they put you in, and we were there watching, and there's like a fumble. I think it was like a fumble, or I forgot exactly what happened, but the ball falls. Someone tries to go grab it. There's already a pile, and you just see the smallest dude. You just go, ugh! Like you were the last guy on top of that pile. I think some people were already like on the process of getting up. You just see Cody go.
No, that wasn't during a fumble. That was during a kickoff return.
Okay.
That was when we were kicking the ball. They returned it. This was against the Rebels.
Okay.
The Rebels returned it. People were like bringing him down, and then you just see me go in, try to grab him, and I grabbed him. So we all fell down together into
But
a pile.
the best part was you were the last one.
Yeah,
So it made it seem like this little like
then-
kid is going.
Then fucking 45 fucking DJ picks me up, and he's just like, you see it in the film too. He just picks me up and just like, whoa, like with one hand, just like
He
get
picks
out.
you up like by the back of the
by the back of my jersey.
the
He's
pads.
like, yeah. He's
All right, let's go. I got the small one. Let's
He's
go.
like, yeah, he literally picks me up. You see it in the film too. He's like, okay. I come off the ground in the film too. That's so fucking funny.
Hey, whose kid is this?
Literally. And then afterwards he was telling me, yeah, no, we were trying to get him down and he's just coming like a fucking spider monkey out of nowhere. I'm like, yeah. He was like, yeah, I just see you coming like a fucking Spider-Man out of nowhere. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, yeah, that was me. I shouldn't have done that though because it was a face mask penalty that I accidentally committed, but they didn't call it.
What were you trying to reach for?
I was trying to like bring him down,
Okay.
like grab him by the shoulder because
Yeah.
there was an area exposed around his shoulder pads
Okay.
that I can grab on so I can lock onto his jersey and try to bring him down.
Mm-hmm.
But my hand missed. Like one of my hands got it, but my other hand missed,
Mm-hmm.
and he turned his head too. So I kind of grabbed his face mask as we were falling. So because we're in such a big crowd, they didn't see that I face masked the guy, but
Yeah.
I face masked his ass.
Did he get mad about it, or he didn't even like?
I
Not
don't know.
notice?
I don't know if he noticed or not.
Yeah.
I think he was just weirded out by the fact that I jumped into the fucking pile.
It's like that scene in Chicken Little where everybody's panicking, and I don't forget what animal it is, but it's just the family of like little marsupials that are like just tossing themselves over the bench, just over and over, making a pile. We need to like go over that footage and find like the
Oh my
best moments of
fucking-
you like flopping over or just like
No, there was a fucking Okay, this was during the Silverbacks, right?
Yeah.
We're killing them already. I get a jet sweep. I think you're the one who the video that I
Yeah.
have of it. You're the one who recorded it.
okay.
I get the jet sweep. I get it, but because it's not our starting quarterback, he snaps the ball late.
Mm-hmm.
I'm too fast. He snaps the ball late, so he gives it to me late on the run, and he gives it to me right here on the top of my shoulder too. So I'm
Yeah.
like, oh shit, and I'm trying to like bring it down so I can hold it.
Yeah.
By the time I bring it down, I look up, a guy's already there. So Danny misses his block. A guy's already there, and you just see me go flying back.
Kapoof.
Yeah, you just see me go.
And goodbye, Cody, for the next 2 minutes.
It was so fucking funny.
Do it. I must see this footage. We will find this footage.
Yeah.
We will find Cody ragdolling to the floor.
Yeah. It happened in in an Arsenal game.
Look, man, if we do that to you, I
They
promise that
showed
I
you
will.
the Arsenal showed you that
Yeah.
that footage live
Yeah.
during that episode of me like getting fucking trucked
Oh yeah. Like,
when they were laughing at me.
look, man, I promise. If we do that for you, I promise I'll like look up stupid moments of myself, whether it's like in marching band videos or stuff like that. I'll find stupid moments of myself.
Well, if you're recording the Prime game, we should have seen me like go flying.
Well, we'll see.
Oh no, you were
figure
there
it
for you were there for the Prime game, but you stopped recording after the half.
I think my camera there wasn't much going on after a while.
During the second half was when it happened.
Yeah.
So there's a guy from a Dallas team that we were playing for like a national championship, and we were hosting. It's number 76 from this team, big tall black dude who was freaking huge. Dude was like a good 300 pounds, 350 pounds around there, 6 feet tall roughly. Dude was fucking massive. I'm up against this guy.
Yeah.
So you just see me go. I'm looking towards the ball, and I know I'm gonna get hit. So I just like lower my shoulder down, and I take it. Dude, he, like pushes me, and I go flying. I go, right?
Yeah.
I land on my left shoulder. I spin on the floor. I get back up, and then sure enough, I see the guy with the ball like right there. And then one of our starting receivers, who's also on kickoff, is tackling him. He's already going down. I don't need to help him at all.
Yeah.
But the one thing I will remember from this game is not just that hit. Because that hit, you'll see me go flying. You'll see me fucking ragdoll on the floor. But the one thing other than that hit that I'll remember from this game is that I could have had a fumble on that play. The way that the guy was holding it, I could have stuck my arm in there, grabbed the ball, and ripped it out. It was an easy fumble. But I didn't go for it. Because I didn't have that instinct to go for it. I don't have the defensive instinct that I had in high school. And when I was a kid in elementary school, first playing tackle football, I was a wimp. I will readily admit that I was a wimp. I got fucking my ass knocked down at practice by a friend of mine. One of my closest friends at the time fucking trucked me. I landed like head first on the ground, and I was crying.
Yeah.
And then my dad was asking, "Why are you crying? Get back up. Get back on your feet." And I said the worst shit that I could possibly say, and I still regret it to this day.
What'd you say?
I said, I wanted to play football, but I don't want to get hurt. And it's like, That's the whole thing of the sport, is you're gonna get fucking hurt.
Yeah.
You can't play and expect not to get hurt.
Yeah.
But little me said that. So as a kid, I was always too scared. In middle school, again, I was always too scared to hit.
Yeah.
But like, I at least like somewhat tried to catch the ball at times. High school, I had that instinct, but I had a really bad helmet. So if I were to hit somebody,
Yeah.
I would get a concussion, which is what happened my freshman year. My freshman year, I was out up until pigskin. That's when I was able to march again. Freshman year was pigskin. I was out with a concussion. Some dude blindsided me, and because of the helmets that we had, it was terrible. But in high school, I developed a defensive instinct because I started playing both offense and defense. I would go for the ball. I would tackle people. I would hit people, especially my senior year during practice. We'd scrimmage against each other. I was hitting people left and right. But I've been out of the game for so long that I lost that instinct.
Yeah.
So against the Prime, I could have had so many easy fumbles that game. So many. When I was at the Arsenal on defense, I could have had so many tackles. But I lost my mindset when it comes to defense. Like going for the legs because I'm tiny. Instead, I was going for the top, which is something you never do if you're smaller than your opponent. They're going to knock your ass down easy and shit. So that's what kind of sucked about that. With the Arsenal, they laughed at me because of how much I got ragdolled. But that's because I was always going up top, which is something you can't do.
Yeah.
I still hated that they laughed at me like live on stream. It's like, dude, you guys are not... Look at our team record. Look at what people have done to you. Just because you play with like broken ribs doesn't mean shit. That just means you're a fucking moron.
There's just to preface this team that they played, they walked in with flags of their team logo, freaking smoke in the color of their team logo.
Prime, yeah.
2 huge speakers. They walked in dancing and they lined up to where they thought their team was supposed to be. But then when his coach said, "Oh, you guys are supposed to be on that side," they didn't walk over there. They danced to where their spot was, and they kept dancing till they got there. And then they started suiting up into the uniforms.
Some dude had fucking pink hair too. It was weird.
Someone had pink hair too.
Dude was weird.
They were
That dude was
hyped and ready to destroy you.
That dude was shit talking the most too, though.
Yeah.
The dude with pink hair literally looked at me and he's like, "Yo, little ass ain't even gonna touch the field. What you doing?" And I'm like, "We'll see." And sure enough, I touched the field and I nearly made a play on them. Easy. I earned their respect that day. But yeah, no, the fucking Arsenal had their heads shoved so far up their ass. They had such huge ass egos, and it sucked because I hated playing with them. All they didn't care about being a team or whatever. All that was just bullshit. What they cared about was their stats and shit. I had an easy interception one game. And not only did one guy steal it from me, he stole my interception. He also injured me in the process by hitting me in the goddamn ribs when he stole my interception. So I was out for the rest of that game. Well, no. I was not 100% for the rest of that game. I should have just been out for the rest of the game, but we didn't have anybody there to sub out. That's why I had to ask Darian if I could borrow his pads for the next game, because that shit fucking hurt. Like, my ribs were done. It was bad. But why? Because these guys just only are in it for themselves and shit. And it sucks. They act all big shit, but they're all just a bunch of B-ranked players. Like at practice yesterday, when I was telling them, because they were telling me like, yeah, it just takes for you to like get back into it with us and everything, like getting used to the Phantoms again. I told them, yeah, I got so used to B-ranked players that now that I'm back with the elites, it's different. Because that's what the Arsenal were. They were B-ranked players. They want to think they're elites and shit, but they're B-ranked players. Their star quarterback and shit, not number one, but the guy before him, because number one was always just a defensive guy and a receiver. He was never a quarterback. He was never supposed to be.
Yeah.
The quarterback that we're supposed to have was talking a bunch of mad shit right before the Phantoms game, which is my first game with the Arsenal. I was telling them, like, hey, don't think lightly of the Phantoms. They're a freaking threat. And even the league owner agreed with me. He was like, yeah, listen, like, he's telling you from experience because he's played with these guys before. Like, don't take them lightly. First thing that they all say is like, oh, yeah, we get it. You play with the Phantoms, this and that. You should be really, really good and all that. I'm like, no, I'm telling you this because I'm being serious. If you want to win, you can't take this team lightly and shit. And then, that guy who was supposed to be their star quarterback said, "Dude, you've never played with me. You don't know how I am and stuff. This is gonna be a cakewalk for me."
Yeah.
Dude gets rocked by Flex from the Phantoms. Dude gets fucking rocked, injures his shoulder, and even when he's 100% again, he never comes back to the team. He got tackled once, injured his shoulder, was out for the rest of the game, and never came back.
It's kind of like I've heard there's some people who they're only in football because they know how they're the kickers.
Mm-hmm.
So when the kickers experience one taste of being hurt, they don't like being there anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, this dude was talking so much shit, but the second he got decked by the Phantoms, he never wanted to play with us again.
Yeah.
And that's when number 1 came in as quarterback. That was when he took over. And a quarterback with a fucking neck pad. That dude fucking sucked. I had a jet sweep with that guy. He snapped it late. Handed it off to me so fucking slow. By the time I had the ball, some guy was already by the line. And that's when I got decked in the backfield again by the Phantoms. I guarantee I told him, snap it sooner. I told him, like, legit, do you want me to say it? I will say it while I'm running. I will run and say hut and hike it. And I will steal that shit from you if I have to. Like, legit, I told him, if your receiver is fast on that play, hike it fucking early.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he did that and if I had gotten the ball, I would have been way past Felix. All I had to worry about was the secondary. So Lando and CJ were all I had to worry about. And I can get past them if I have enough room, which I did. But because they don't know their shit, they suck. They think they're great, but they all suck. And everything. Because of that, it's like, no, dude, I can't succeed with this team. Yeah, I got a bunch of playing time in, but I could not succeed with this team. I hated every second of playing with them. The only times I actually had fun were when I was playing up against the Phantoms, because the Phantoms were there making it fun for me.
So what did we learn today then?
We learned don't have your head shoved so far up your ass that I should call you a puppet.
Oh.
Yeah. Humble yourselves, motherfuckers. Humble yourselves.
Hydrate yourselves.
Arsenal, y'all are a bunch of B-ranked ass players. I don't give a fuck if you see this. You guys are B-rank. You guys fucking suck, and you guys are egotistical as fuck. I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm not a part of your team, and I never want to be a part of your team again. I don't give a fuck. You guys are B-ranked players who think they're all that, but are not. And the second anything bad happens to you, you freak the fuck out and just give up. We could have beaten the fucking Silverbacks and gone into the playoff picture again, second round against the Phantoms. But they gave up halfway through the game. Literally only me and one other person did not give up throughout that entire time. Literally only 2 people out of the entire fucking team actually kept going. And that was the same game where I got a concussion. And couldn't play against the Kings the next week. B-ranked ass motherfuckers who think that they're elites.
Gosh, I'm trying to.
Who think that they're elites. Sit down. Sit your asses down. I know elites. I've played with elites. You guys ain't shit. You ain't shit.
Are you okay, man? You okay?
If I play up against any of them in this league, I'm gunning for their asses. And I'm gonna humble them so fucking hard.
Oh my gosh. You okay, man? It sounds like it affected you pretty bad being over there.
It was not fun. I did not enjoy it. It looked like I enjoyed it on the field, but I didn't. But I was only with the Phantom game.
Mm-hmm.
The Phantom game was when I enjoyed myself the most on the field, and when I scored a touchdown. Those are the only 2 times I was actually happy.
Yeah.
Everything else was just miserable as fuck because it's me trying to do my best and trying to come up with ways that I can make this work, and them laughing at me like I'm not shit. When I got a touchdown that one time, you know, want to know what they said? They said, "I never thought that you would ever be like that. You would ever get a touchdown out of all of us." I'm like, "Oh, really?" He was like, "I'm so shocked that you ended up getting a touchdown. I never thought that I'd see you get a touchdown."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, really now? Oh, really? Yeah, okay." Yeah, that the GM of the team that came on the show too, who was also a player.
Yeah.
Dude thinks he's cool and all and tough because he plays with broken ribs and plays during a concussion. No, that's an easy way to get yourself fucking killed. I pulled his ass back and pushed his ass away from getting into a fucking fight during a game. Dude was gonna start shit. He was gonna get into a fight. I pulled his ass. I legit like pushed his ass back away. I'm like, get the fuck back there, and shit. I was surprised you guys in the stands did not hear me say that. I
No,
was
man.
yelling.
We're like all these feet away. Like realistically, when we would go to your games, we would be there to make sure that if something happened to you, we would have been there to at least take you somewhere, like
Yeah.
to get to help. Like we supported you and everything, but after you telling us that it was to not expect much because your team was maybe like of the lower 2 or lower 3 in the league.
No, we were the lowest team in the league actually. We were.
Well, after you telling us that, we rooted for you, but as a team, we didn't expect much. At least for my part, I was rooting for you wholeheartedly. But after you telling me that, I was just hoping for a miracle that you guys would win at least one game.
I was basically the captain of my team,
So,
telling people what the fuck to do.
And when things were happening, we were just like not shocked that there was like fights or arguments happening. We were like, okay, things happen.
Legit.
But we know we were ready to bust in if like you were getting hurt or something like not part of the game. You get me?
Yeah. Legit. The third day that I was on the team, I'm still fucking fresh. I was already telling people, all right, do this. All right, no, what coach means is this. I was coaching people.
Yeah.
I was a fucking leader on that team the first few days that I was a part of that team.
Yeah.
And shit. Why? Because I have experience. I know the game. These people all just care about one thing, looking cool and stats. That's all they care about. They don't care about teamwork. They don't care about it. The most insulting thing that general manager told me was that he wants to make another Phantoms out of this team. That was the most insulting thing I've ever heard. Because one, you can never replicate the Phantoms. And two, how are you going to do that with people like this who are only self-centered, egotistical dumbasses who can't even hold a candle to anybody in the league? We were worse than the fucking Silverbacks. The fucking Silverbacks we were worse than. And these people talk so much shit despite being without any wins whatsoever that entire season. Oh, and whatever amount of games we played. That was our record. B ranked bitches. Maybe even C ranked. Who fucking knows? No, I say B ranked because they were at least kind of there was like 1 or 2 diamonds in the rough, but even then I wouldn't exactly call them diamonds either.
Did you let it out?
B ranked bitches.
Have you satisfied yourself now?
B rank.
Have you said all?
B rank.
Have you said your piece?
I feel so much better now that I'm back with my team.
Have you said your piece?
I'm back amongst the elites, and I feel a lot better now.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a special guest on here.
Hello.
Never mind.
Yes.
Bunch of fucking B rank. Okay, so the team that I was originally a part of before that B ranked ass team was a team full of elites that had a dynasty going. They were defending champions, the first defending champions that were still in the league after winning a championship.
Right now it's okay.
They had a fucking Phantoms dynasty going. It was great.
We'll go in a bit.
And then, but because I was always like on the bench or not getting enough playing time, I moved to another team. And when I moved to this other team, I knew for a fact I wasn't going to win anything. I only did it because I wanted playing time. And I knew if I go on this team, which is the worst in the league, and they all suck, I would be a guaranteed starter, which I was. I was a guaranteed starter.
And I thought he was done saying his piece.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had this much rage within you. I knew you didn't
I've
like
been
playing
holding
there.
back. I've been holding it back for the longest time because I was always like, no, don't burn your bridges and
Because
shit.
I thought
But
you were
no-
at least appreciative that you got to be a starter, and then like when you left, you were
Oh,
like,
no.
I'm sorry that I left, but I'd rather do better things.
Oh, no,
and I thought you left it that.
Oh no, I appreciate the coach. The coach was
Yeah.
never the problem. The coach, poor coach, had to work with what he had to work with. Man, he was an elite coach with with the Edinburgh Freedom. He was a really damn good coach with them. But with this team, nah, dude, this team fucking sucked. I appreciate the coach. The coach I have no problems with. It's the players on the team. And now that I'm back, like, it feels good being back with the Phantoms because the Phantoms are all elites. I'm proud to say that I was part of the elites. I may not have played much.
That was too loud.
I heard that. I fucking heard that.
I am sorry.
I fucking heard that. Oh my god.
It sounded like
you
the meme.
absolute asshole.
Where's
no.
There's the applause.
But
That's
no,
the one I was looking for.
I feel so much better now being back with my team. Being back with the elites of the elites. The people who they had to build a
That's the one that I
professional
wanted to
grade
find.
team to beat. I'm so happy now. Am I guaranteed a spot on the team? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. After the next few practices. After week 3, the roster will be finalized. So we'll fucking see then. But if I am an elite now. Fuck you guys. If I see you out on the field, I'm destroying your asses one way or another. Your ass is grass when it comes to me. I will not hesitate to gator roll your fucking leg and make sure you don't play the next week. You know the gator roll is actually a really dirty play?
You like being a controversial one, don't you?
Yes, I do.
You like starting fights, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Why?
I
Do you like doing this?
I haven't been in a actual...
You could have just left things as they were.
I haven't been in an actual physical fight in years.
Cody, you could have literally just said all you had to say in the game. If you ever play them again, you could have just said it during the game.
I want to.
Well, why say it here?
No, I'm saying because I want to let my actions do my talking for me.
You just gave an essay.
Yeah, because I know I'm never going to fucking see them on the field again.
What makes you so sure?
Because I doubt any of them are going to try out for this fucking league. And if they do, they're not going to make it.
Well, I guess so, but...
The only local teams that are here are the Silverbacks, which have stacked up a lot because they used a bunch of the Kings players. The Kings are going to be in this. And the Phantoms. Those 3 teams are the only local teams that are going to be in here. The other teams are from New Braunfels, San Antonio, and all those other places. So those 3 teams are not gonna take any of the Arsenal. None of the Arsenal are good enough to make any of those teams. I'm the only one that's at least somewhat decent enough to make one of those teams. I could probably make it to the Silverbacks if I wanted to, but they overcharge for their uniforms.
Well, how much do they charge?
Fucking a lot of that shit. I don't know how much they charge per se. It varies each season, but
Well, how much did you pay when you were in your
I only
teams?
paid $80, which is the $55 uniform, $55 league fee, and whatever else counts towards the uniforms. The $25,
Oh, okay.
and that's counting with the fundraiser money too. But right now, we have $120, which is the league fee, and I'm pretty sure that's also counting for the uniforms as well.
Okay.
Which is actually pretty fucking cheap.
Uh-huh.
Especially because uniforms, each individual one is probably like about $100.
Sounds about right.
If not about like 50 for each individual uniform.
Sounds about
So
right.
it's expensive as fuck.
So have you said your piece for this essay at least? For this essay?
My essay won't be finished until I kill somebody on the field.
He doesn't mean that literally, YouTube. I hope you know that, YouTube.
This is
He don't mean that literally.
Susan Wojcicki.
I would like to believe that Cody does not mean that literally.
Susan Wojcicki, if you haven't seen football and don't know trash talk, I'm gonna tell you this right now. It's a joke. Well, it's not it's football trash talk. That's what it is. It's not to be taken in a literal sense because if you kill somebody, you get arrested. And I can't afford to break myself out of jail right now. Yeah. You're really loving those sound effects, aren't you?
I do. So Cody, once again,
I'm gonna sleep like a baby after this.
what did we learn today?
Don't fuck with Canada.
I'm still trying.
I'm still wet.
Jesse, where are you?
There you go, Ian. You go.
Wait, what?
Ian is an American badass.
No, it was Frank.
Oh, Frank is an American. No, which one was Ian again? Where are you, Ian?
Oh yeah, it was like, where are you, Ian?
And then it was like, what, Ryan is like no, Frank was the American badass.
Okay,
and
okay.
Then, and then there was, you go, relax, Ryan. You got this, Ryan. You mad dog.
Okay, so there's a video on YouTube where someone
And
compiled.
we are about to wrap it up, and we're like, nope, let's keep
Okay,
it going.
this is it. This is the last thing. There was this is a video on YouTube that they
I'm gonna sleep like a
compiled
fucking baby.
the best hecklers at drum corps competitions, where there's literally a professional marching band performing, and these hecklers just start like year after year. Someone heckled at one of the groups saying, first year, it was like 1993, I'm wet. Next year, I'm still wet.
Next year, I'm soaking wet.
Next year, I'm dry.
No, it's I'm still dry.
I'm still dry.
Yeah.
And then, like, for some random reason, someone heckles, Jesse, where are you? And then, like, another one is like, Ian, where are you? And then the one was like, don't
Frank
miss.
is an American badass.
Yeah, that one.
And then there was, don't fuck with Canada.
Oh, no.
Goddamn Canadians, man. They're crazy. So anyways, what did we learn today, sir? You say it this time, because I don't want to go on another fucking tangent.
We learned today that Cody's upset. He didn't like his old team very much. We learned that you must stay hydrated. You know, Mountain Dew, the original gamer juice here. We learned that you shouldn't boil NyQuil, much less use it to cook chicken or any food. And, you know, if your football team is not that good, you know, find a way to enjoy it.
It's usually the football teams that suck that have their heads shoved so far up their asses, though.
I was talking more about my high school, but I guess I don't know. I don't know these kids. I just know that they play football, and when one of them gets injured,
You know, 3 of them. They were on the podcast.
no, I'm not talking about your old team. I'm talking about my high school.
Oh yeah.
You know, like I don't know these people, but I'm sure they were trying their very best until their quarterback had to take a knee, and they had to figure it out for the rest of the game. But they held strong. So you know what?
That was still sad.
If things don't go the way you plan them to, just figure it out. You see how this show ended up? We were out for a month. We're still here. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the CodeO-cast.
That's great.
We didn't even do our intro where it's like, my name is Omar and I'm Cody. We didn't even do the regular intro that we usually do.
We've been out of it for so long, man.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. And how did I usually end these things? I don't know. There's buttons below the video. You can go click them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode of the CodeO-cast. You need to do the clicky thing. There's a clicky thing that you need to do.
the intro.
Yeah, but you need to do the clicky thing. It's always, hey, thank you. We'll see you in the next episode of the CodeO-cast, and you wink and you do a clicky thing with your teeth. Do the thing. I can't end this show. No, you gotta do it right. You gotta do the thing.
What the fuck was that?
No, it's the wrong button. No, it's the wrong one. That ain't it. That's how I'm gonna feel if you don't do the thing.
That's how you feel in general on a daily basis right now.
Did you know what button I pressed?
Yeah.
Okay.
The That's how you feel right now, especially with school. I could tell when you come back home from school, you just want to go to sleep and stop your day there, man. You had a rough day.
Thank you guys
You're
so much
not
for
okay.
watching.
You're
And
not
we'll see you
okay.
on the next episode of the CodeO-cast.
We.
No! Thank you.
The fucking headphones fell. Are you kidding me? As soon as he gets up, he tries to put his headphones away, and then he's just.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
My God, dude, what has this podcast become?
I don't know. What has it become?
It has come something. Whether that's good or bad, I have no idea.
So,
Come here often.
God dang it. Beat me to it. Because doggo.
Hello, dog. He was just sleeping peacefully.
He wasn't even sleeping. He was staring at us the whole time. He was looking at
He
us
was
do the show.
knocked out for a little while.
For a
while we
little
were doing
while,
the
but
podcast.
he's always knocked out. He sleeps all the time.
You bothered him.
I didn't bother him. He likes being bothered. Oh, it's still going. Oh.
You know what Jesus and Princess Peach have in common?
What?
They both got nailed by an Italian.
No. Stop. Freaking play the video where it's like, don't mess with Canada. I'm dry.
Don't fuck with Canada.
Jesse, where are you?